Hi guys, it's Jessica Wellman with Play USA, and it is time to continue our Oscar betting talk with Best Director. This is, to be honest, a not super exciting category because Alfonso Cuaron and Roma are just steamrolling all over everything. And not only did this guy direct the movie, he edited it, he wrote it, he shot it, but it's still worth going into because there is one person that I do think is gonna potentially upset. But before we do that, you gotta get money on these books in order to bet. So if you check out our Oscars page, you can see down here that we have some pretty cool deposit bonuses for all of you. At DraftKings, BetStars, and FanDuel, you can get up to $500 in free bets. And over at Caesars, you don't even have to deposit, and they'll give you $10 that maybe you wanna put on this long shot. And be sure to bookmark this Play USA page too, as we update every day with the odds from the 6 major categories. One other thing to keep in mind, Play Picks. I've got a couple of posts going up over the next couple weeks that'll give you some of the smaller categories that we aren't making videos on. So if you want a take on Best Editing or Best Costume Design, that is where you want to check those out. I say Best Editing because Alfonso Cuaron's nominated in that. I'm surprised he didn't get makeup nominations or hairstyling, but can't do quite everything. All right, this is DraftKings. You'll see they are not offering Best Director, so we just want to point out, if you are looking for it there, the only thing they're offering is Best Picture. FanDuel, on the other hand, does have Best Director, and you'll see that Alfonso Cuarón is the minus 850 favorite. If the name sounds familiar, the movie you've probably seen that he's directed is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. But some of the ones you might know as well are Children of Men and Gravity, which he won the Best Director prize for a few years ago when 12 Years a Slave won Best Picture. A split between director and picture is actually more and more common these days. People find an opportunity to honor a director like Alfonso Cuarón when the actual best movie, there may be a tendency to go another direction. This is where it's worth taking a minute to describe how the voting works. When it comes to the Academy, whatever branch you are in, you vote for your categories. The actors vote for the acting categories. The sound designers vote for sound design, the costumers vote for costuming, and the directors vote for directing. So, this guy is an elite living legend among directors, and the directors are going to be inclined to honor him. For Best Picture, though, this is something everybody votes on. So what may seem like outstanding directing to a director doesn't always translate to Best Picture. So that's just something to keep in mind, that if you go for Roma and Alfonso Cuarón in your betting, there is a very good chance that there might be a split, either a different Best Picture or a different director. All right, let's take a look at what kind of numbers Alfonso Cuarón is drawing across these sports books. At FanDuel, you'll see that he is at minus 850, which is a pretty steep favorite. BetStars is even more convinced he's going to win. They have him at minus 5,000. And then we have Caesars, which has him at minus 1,600. So of these 3 very, very heavily favored options, your best bet if you do want to bet on Alfonso Cuarón is at FanDuel with minus 850. Now that we've covered the favorite, it is worth taking some time to talk about these other guys. And let's start with the one that is probably going to raise your eyebrows the most, Pawlikowski. He directed a black and white Polish foreign film called Civil War, and it got 3 Oscar nominations, and I bet most of you have never heard of it. I'm gonna say right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Civil War took maybe 1 award. The problem is it's hard to tell which. It's possible it could get foreign film, and Roma can go on to take Best Picture. It won cinematography at the BAFTAs last weekend, or director. I really don't see this happening. It's such a long shot here that I would look at one of the other 2 categories. I can't tell you which one of the 2 is more likely to happen, though. Moving on to Yorgos Lanthimos. This is another mouthful of a name, but this is the director of The Favorite. His other movies you might know the best is The Lobster. He is a quirky Greek director with a very unique sensibility, and this is his first Oscar nomination. He is one of the directors who is also nominated for Best Picture, which is a good step. Pawlikowski does not have that going in his favor, but he hasn't won any sort of award. Really, what's coming through with The Favorite is the performances and the design elements. The direction is something that's just not getting recognized, which is why you see he's plus 3,700 here at FanDuel, he's plus 4,000 at BetStars, and over at Caesars, he's plus 4,000 as well. Now, an interesting one is Adam McKay. He directed Vice. He also was the director of The Big Short, which he got a lot of recognition for. Caesars thinks he's at plus 4,000. BetStars thinks he's at plus 7,500. And FanDuel thinks that he's at plus 2,400. The thing is, these are some good values. He's not going to win. Nobody really liked Vice. I think the nominations came out when it hadn't really been released. He was getting a lot of nominations based on the strength of the cast and the group behind this film and the street cred of The Big Short. Once people actually saw this movie, it's kind of a dud, so this is not going to be Adam McKay's time either. Whose time it might be is Spike Lee, though. This is the most interesting upset for the Best Director, and here's why I think it could happen. Did you know that an African American has never won the Best Directing Oscar? With this whole publicity campaign the past few years of Oscars so white, Academy has added a lot of new, younger, and more diverse membership. The kinds of people who want to show that they are thinking beyond Oscars so white and honoring someone like Spike Lee, who has been honored by the Academy with nominations before, but has not won an Oscar yet. So BlacKkKlansman is far and away his best movie in a while, which means it's kind of one of those spots like Glenn Close or Sam Elliott where if we're not going to honor him now, when will we get the chance to? Because this is a guy who already got the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Oscars. They kind of thought he was done, that this is going to be a chance to award someone who really does deserve to win a real Oscar before he dies, sadly. All right, let's find our best Spike Lee number. At FanDuel, he is plus 850. At BetStars, he is plus 1,000. And at Caesars, he is also plus 1,000. So in this instance, what you're kind of seeing is the best value on the front runner you're going to find at FanDuel. But if you want to find the best value on some of these long shots, BetStars or Caesars may be the place to go. So just a reminder, if you need deposit info on some of those sites, be sure to check the link in the description. And in the meantime, we're going to have to just wait and see if Spike Lee can upset, but I have a feeling Alfonso Cuaron is taking home Best Director Oscar number 2. I'm Jessica Wellman for Play USA.